how did you create this character who is reacting more with his instinct than with his thinking?
I, I think, I had to imagine a life where you've been in and out of prison most of your life, and a person who is a bit of a sociopath who doesn't actually have feelings. So I began to try to explore that idea and understand that and how one might survive. And I can tell that kind of behavior landed him in an isolation. So that's where we first find him. That's my clue right in. And so when there's a big concept, we're asked to believe that there's going to be a memory exchange in order to find a person that we really need to find. Movies have to start with some idea. Sometimes they're simple, sometimes they're big, sometimes they're hard to believe. Maybe this is a combination of all things. But when you make a movie, you have to start believing in what you're going to do. And so the criminal, I just tried to create authentic all the way through, to the point where those holes in his head never stopped hurting him. He never stopped trying to understand, and he never stopped trying to survive. And when he did survive, his violence was spontaneous and it was resourceful.
So in a way, this character is very close to a creature of Frankenstein, because he's scary, but he's also kind of moving, so moving.
Yeah.
Did you think of that as
There's a little bit of that. He's not robotic. What he is he's still, he's still operating in the world, but a world he doesn't completely understand. I mean, he doesn't even know how to get a bottle of medicine open, a child lock. So you realize he's limited with things. But if you believe in our premise, there's moments and times where things keep flashing in his head that keep leading him forward. So he is a bit of a Frankenstein, but he's also absorbing some feelings that he never thought, a little bit of love, a little tenderness. There's a woman that he eventually uses her husband's name, Billy could never hurt you and neither could I. That's just something new for him. And by the way, that actually doesn't help him either. In the world of survival, when you have to care about somebody else, that hurts you. It slows your timing down.
This was shot in London. What was unique about shooting in London?
Well, London, ranks in those cities of cities. It just does. When you think of them, you're thinking of Paris, you're thinking of London, you're thinking of Berlin. These are the cities that America had nothing when these cities were standalone cities. America was like the equivalent of the Garden of Eden, really. It was just wild. So when I'm there, I'm always stunned at how old things are and how beautifully the architecture presents itself. And so, that also helped me not even understand, how to even operate in that country. There was a lot of things working against the criminal.
What is your favorite scene from all the movies you have seen, and why?
Well, I don't know. I'm a big fan of Cool Hand Luke and Sand Pebbles and Cuckoo's Nest and, Spencer Tracy and Hair at the Wind. And you see, movies have a chance when they're at their very best to create memories we'll never ever forget. And so those movies were able to do that for me. And there's many more above and beyond that, Lawrence of Arabia, Bridge on the River Kwai. And there's recent movies, so I can be moved by movies, by what people say, Doesn't matter how fast a spaceship goes, it's still what people say to each other that can move you.